Hey everybody, it's Maida. I'm back with I'm re-uploading a video. So for some reason, the audio on my old laptop was really quiet and I didn't have a microphone or anything. And I've kind of been in a slump, so I decided to look at some of my old videos. So I decided for my sketchbook commentary from my sketchbook from 2012 to 2016, I decided I'd go back and voice it over again. The only issue is that it's what I'm saying now is clearly going to be might be a little bit different from what I said back then, but at least this time you'll hear me. So there's that. So let's go ahead and start this thing. Okay, so my 2012-ish sketchbook till 2016, which is when I finished it. This sketchbook was actually supposed to be dedicated only to trying to draw more realistically. And I'd say about a third of the sketchbook is actually realism practice. It gets more stylized later, and then eventually I give up the whole realism thing altogether. And I wouldn't say I would say, okay, so I'm bad at realism, but I'm decent in terms of copying. But I mentioned this later in the video, in the original one, but what I notice as I go through all of my sketchbooks is just that in general I'm really bad with values because I'm always afraid of going too dark. And you'll notice that in here you'll see I never really go past, I don't know, 30% black, which is really gray. And part of it could be because I'm using pencils and not trying to go very dark, but I think it's mostly just that I'm bad with values. So that picture right there is actually a fan art from a movie that I watched, something about a concubine. But it was a really beautiful Chinese movie. It's 2 hours long. And then you'll see a lot of sketches here that are actually inspired by Saikra Yasin's video, who is on YouTube. He talked about 30-day challenges. I never actually did the whole 30-day thing, but you know, his videos really inspire me to try, and that's part of why I'm drawing so much recently, is that I went back and started watching his videos again. Anyways, there's his coil technique for foreshortening. And yeah, so a lot of these I'm just trying to do more full figures. These people I actually sketched from observation. But yeah, a lot of it is just me guessing and using various types of tutorials that I watched. There's a magazine drawing copy. And right here is where I decide, screw it, I'll just draw what I usually draw because that's what I like. And yeah, I can see improvement from 2012 to these later drawings in 2016. Definitely adding more detail than I used to, even with just pencil. Those are copies from a video, by the way. Alright, and there's scribblies, and that's where I was trying to do a 3-point perspective, kind of, and that's just a person sitting. And right here is where I started doing, I did 8 drawing requests for people's OCs. And they were fun. The poses are still pretty stiff here, but my poses are still pretty much stiff. They got a little bit less stiff recently. in the latter half of 2017. But yeah, so these are some more requests, and that's a partial face. And that's a body I started and didn't finish. And that right there, that face that I drew, I really liked it. Oh, that's a cute drawing. I had a crush on a guy in college, and well, I told him when he was in the computer lab. Well, I told him that I thought he was cute. And then he gave me a kiss on the cheek. It was cute. And here are some gesture drawings. After I had taken a class about gesture drawings, I think it was after, maybe not. But these, like, those sketches I actually really liked. I think I was copying, I was copying poses from a concert, actually, that I was watching. So that's pretty cool. That's why they looked so lively. And those are more hands, because, you know, you girls got to draw hands. And those are from paintings. I don't know if any of you recognize those. And those are noses. And those are really tiny painting copies, just to copy the composition. And those are more tiny things. Oh, I actually like those poses. Here's where I'm just copying photos from Instagram. Alright, so that was everything. So this video wasn't nearly, the changes weren't nearly as dynamic as when I went back and looked at my 2006 to 2011 drawings. But, see, here's my excuse, is that I wasn't practicing very hard because I was focusing so much more on schoolwork during those years than drawing, which, you know, school is important. And let's see, I still have that sketchbook lying around somewhere. All of my super old ones, all of the ones from my first progress run through video, those, I threw those away like right after the video. Let's see, and let's see, part of the reason it takes me so long to finish sketchbooks is because I don't like making work that isn't going to be finished. I feel like it's a waste of paper and time, and I feel like there's more motivation to like try really hard when the whole world is gonna see the image. But because I do want to improve faster in the new year, and I want to, let's see, what are my goals? I do want to make comics, clearly. Anyways, to see if I can expedite the process of getting better, I'm gonna start a sketchbook journal. Well, I ordered 3 because there just isn't one big enough. But I want to do at least 1 drawing every day, and they're gonna be more like loose things, probably stuff to practice, you know, figure drawing, more dynamic poses, people interacting in more interesting ways, and then also coloring, because I have a bunch of traditional art materials that I haven't been using since I've been making comics, you know, on the computer. I don't want to use paper to make comics because that's a lot of paper, but you know, I bought all these markers and colored pencils for a reason, and I need to start using them. And I could quite possibly do on-site marker or pen and ink illustrations at SoccerCon, but we'll see how that goes when we're closer to that date. Anyways, thanks for watching. I kind of rambled. I've kind of been rambling in the last couple minutes, but hope you guys don't mind. Hope you guys liked looking through my notebook and actually hearing what I had to say about it. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye.